Welcome to Health News and Views, a podcast dedicated to bringing some clarity to the health disparities in the Black and Brown communities. If you believe there's a connection between food, sickness, and health, then you're in the right place. Let's begin the process of unraveling the truth. And now your host, Lynn Pete.
Well, greetings and welcome back to another episode of Health News and Views, Food, the Final Frontier. I'm your host, Lynn Pete. Well, folks, I hate to start it off this way, but, our current political and economic situation that's unfolding right before our eyes has caused Health News and Views, Food, the Final Frontier. It's caused us to kind of reposition ourselves and to include survival mode thinking as well as maintaining good health. In our last episode, we talked about some things that you can do as far as storing up food, but we want our listeners to be ahead of some of the changes that may happen. I get it. We have no way of predicting the future. And so we will hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and somewhere in between, that's where we will hang our hat. In the last episode, like I said, we covered some types of foods to store up just in case and for emergency purposes. Today, let's look at some of the items you have to have on hand as well. So in this episode, we're going to explore things that we can do to remain safe and to maintain our health. But first, the information provided and the subject matter provided in this podcast or any of our other published documents is for informational purposes only. Food, the Final Frontier, and our partner, Health News and Views. We do not attempt to treat, diagnose, or cure any disease or condition. Always check with your healthcare professional and provider before making any lifestyle, dietary, or prescription drug changes. And now, here's a couple of did you knows. I haven't done this in a while, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. And this information is, and this is according to tasteofhome.com. This particular article spoke of 32 long shelf life foods to keep in your pantry. And again, we talked a little bit about food, but here's a little bit about some things that you can keep for a while. There's 32 shelf life foods to keep in your pantry. Now, I'm not going to do all 32, but I will give you by years how long you can keep these items. They're indicating that anywhere from 1 to 3 years you can hang on to dry pasta if you have it, cooking oils, tea, dark chocolate, jams, and jellies. 5 to 10 years, canned fruits, grains, and molasses. These foods are good for 10 plus years. Instant coffee, rice, powdered milk. And here are some items that they said are actually good forever. How about some dried beans, lentils, legumes, liquor, like your scotch and whiskey? You can keep that forever. Maple syrup, as long as you don't open the bottle. Sugar, salt, vanilla extract, and vinegar. Now, hopefully you'll take in this information, jot some things down, and just know we're not anticipating that will be shelter in place again, but in the event that we are, those are just a few items that you make sure you have those in the pantry, and you'll survive. It may not be what you want to have, but certainly it'll be something to have. So, as we have witnessed the upheaval in government offices and agencies, more than ever, we need to be concerned for our family and our friends. Their physical and mental health, and yours, hangs in the balance. And most people don't believe it, but mental health is intrinsically connected to your physical well-being. You think it's just going on in your head? Well, it's affecting your body as well. And believe you me, I'm a believer in that. That certainly has happened to me. I dare say on numerous occasions in 2024. But I'm much better now. I have compiled for you a list of home remedies that I'd be willing to send to you by request. To make the request at my email, so I have your email address. Eating to Stay Well. That's all one word, eating to stay well @gmail.com. Now, here's what I have for you. These are natural healing antibiotics, antiseptics, and painkillers. And they all come from nature. And in these uncertain times and rising concerns about pharmaceutical reliance, more people are making a shift toward natural wellness. But here's my quick disclaimer on that too. Remember, this is for informational purposes only. Just consult with your healthcare provider before you begin any of these regimens. Here's an antibiotic. Did you know that these were antibiotics? Garlic and onion. They actually kill and kill bacteria and strengthen your immunity. And you should use them raw or in teas, or make sure you have some garlic and onions in your meals. Ginger and turmeric. This is also another antibiotic, and it's antimicrobial, and it's anti-inflammatory properties, like ginger tea for sore throats, turmeric milk for healing. Manuka honey is great for sore throat relief and immune support. Oregano oil, you heard me go on and on about oregano oil, probably over the last couple of episodes, but oregano oil is very potent. Has antibacterial properties, it has antifungal properties, it has antivirus properties, used for colds and also for infections. And for those who may have a recurring UTI when the medication doesn't work anymore, try the oregano oil. Farmers found that helps with the chickens and stop using antibiotics, of which we have very few left. But that oregano oil, it's very strong. If you can get it in like a gel cap, I would certainly recommend that. But if you're going to use the regular oil, it has to be diluted with a carrier oil, something like maybe a coconut or almond oil. But is excellent for UTIs. Apple cider vinegar also. It's the acidic nature that helps to kill the bacteria. That acetic acid that is in apple cider vinegar. Dilute it. You could use it for gut health and skin care, and some women are actually using it for weight loss. I will say it does work. If I have tried that too. So there's the a list of 5 of those, and these are just antibiotics. What about antiseptics? How do you clean if you get really sick? Well, these antiseptics are for wounds and for germ protection. Lemon oil, tea tree oil, they're disinfectants. They're skin cleansers and wound treatments. Aloe vera soothes burns and cuts. You can get the aloe vera leaf and keep that in your home. Keep it wrapped up. But if you get a cut or a burn, you get the gel-like substance inside of the aloe vera leaf is excellent for burns, for sunburn, for burns and cuts that you get while making your way around the kitchen. But try that. Keep an aloe vera leaf near you, or maybe even a small plant, so in case you need it, it's always there. It's also great for skin health. I worked for a company years ago. Its product, the primary ingredient in their product was aloe vera gel. Now, next one, clove and thyme, powerful germ killers, used in oral care, like clove oil. And it's primarily for toothaches. And thyme is actually used in mouthwashes. It helps to take away some of the bacteria and as we're brushing our teeth, it helps to take care of that too. So it's used in a mouthwash that I use. I was like, what does that taste? And it was thyme oil that was being used. Salt and baking soda been used for oral health too, disinfecting cuts and soothing skin rashes. Castor oil. You heard me go on and on about castor oil. Well, that natural antibacterial and antifungal, and how it's used for wounds, it helps with skin infections, and it can detoxify the body. Many people may know of castor oil as a laxative. That is the primary use that we had it in our home when I was a kid, but as we're finding out, castor oil is used for so many other things. It can actually take down a bone spur if you apply castor oil on it every day. There are some natural painkillers. And these natural painkillers, it's quite a few here. Willow bark. Willow bark is a natural aspirin. It's great for headaches and joint pain. And you would use that as in a tea. And for a numbing effect, particularly you have a toothache, you can't get to the dentist, cloves will do the trick. They have a property in it called eugenol, and it's a painkiller. Turmeric and ginger again, they help to reduce the inflammation if you have the joint pain. Chili peppers, capsaicin, pain blocking properties for sore muscles. But I think I may have shared with you a couple of episodes ago too, and if I didn't, here it is. That capsaicin, or red pepper, not red pepper flakes, but the red pepper, acts as a vasodilator. That means that it expands and dilates your arteries so that you get more, or your blood vessels too, your blood vessels and arteries. It actually helps to expand so that you're getting more blood flow. Now, I keep saying that it's helping with my cognitive ability. I still forget things, but I don't forget them for as long. I can probably remember what I was thinking of while we're still having a conversation. So that was an extra for me. Peppermint actually soothes headaches and muscle tension. Epsom salt baths, and how, get some Epsom salt. We just need to sit in a tub of Epsom salt. Well, I'm not going for sitting in the tub. I certainly will soak with some and relax the muscles and relieve some pain with some Epsom salt. And Epsom salt, the other name for that is magnesium. Magnesium is the only mineral that can penetrate the skin. And here for another painkiller is the castor oil. And here again, it's used as a natural pain reliever for arthritis and sore muscles. Castor oil is oftentimes the oil that they use for massaging. So it's actually great for the skin and great for your muscles. So with the oregano oil, be careful. As I said, it's strong and should be diluted. Especially pregnant women and people on blood thinners should be mindful of the oregano oil, and most particularly pregnant women should be mindful of the castor oil because it could possibly induce labor if you're pregnant. It's important to source high quality organic ingredients, which means you're going to have to shop around. So here's what our Creator has provided, and these are solutions for our sustenance and for our good health. And I'm encouraged to see so many people seeking natural remedies as a new alternative. Try to incorporate these natural remedies into your daily life. Thank you for stopping by Health News and Views, Food, the Final Frontier. Please join us in our next episode when we will be discussing maintaining your mental health in this ever-changing world. Make it a powerful day, and remember, you were born for a time such as this. Peace.